You can work 10 hours a day and still be broke.
Have you ever noticed something strange? There are people who wake up at 5 a.m. They go to work 8 hours, sometimes even 10 hours a day, and yet at the end of the month, they are still broke.
Bills waiting. Savings are empty. And somehow the money disappears faster than it comes.
Meanwhile, someone else working fewer hours seems to be building wealth. So the question becomes, is hard work really the problem, or is something else going on? Today, I'm going to tell you the hard truth most people never see. How you can be working 10 hours a day and still be broke. And if you don't understand why, you may stay stuck in the cycle for years. Welcome back to my channel. I am Chioma. Here I keep money real and simple. No hyping, just smart budgeting, simple investing for beginners, side hustles anyone can start. If you are tired of stress and want peace with your money, hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell. Now, let's talk about why working more hours is not the same as building wealth, even if you're working 10 hours a day. I know you were raised with one simple mindset: work hard, earn money, and become successful, and then your life will be secured. But the reality has changed. Today, millions of people are working harder than ever, yet they feel poorer than ever. Why? Because hard work alone is no longer enough. In fact, hard work without strategy keeps you broke with the busy trap syndrome, which is a dangerous financial trap.
My schedule is packed, but I can handle it. Wait, this is too much. I'm overwhelmed. I need a break. Time to recharge.
Busy trap is when someone is constantly working but never moving forward financially. Your life looks like this. You wake up, go to work, come home, tired, sleep, and repeat. Yes after yes, but despite all that effort, your financial situation hasn't improved at all. Why? Because you are trading your time for money, and time has limits. You can only work so many hours in a day. Even if you work 10 hours, 12 hours, 15 hours, your income is still kept by time. And this is why you still remain financially broke. Now, let's talk about the income ceiling problem.
This is the income ceiling problem. No matter how much effort you put in, your income hits a limit.
Let's say you earn 1,000 naira per hour. If you work 8 hours a day, you make 8,000 naira. If you push yourself to work 10 hours, you make 10,000 naira, right? Daily. Yes, you work harder, but the difference is only 2,000 naira. And that extra 2,000 naira may disappear quickly into transport, food, bills, and unexpected expenses. This is what is called the income ceiling, when your income can only grow slightly if it depends entirely on your hours. And this is why you burn yourself out working long hours, but still feel like you are running behind financially. Another harsh reality today is this: the cost of living is rising faster than salaries. Food prices are higher, rent is higher, transportation costs on the high side, healthcare cost is even more expensive. Everything is increasing, but your salary hasn't changed. So even when you work longer hours, you may only be catching up with inflation, but not actually getting ahead. And this can feel extremely frustrating because it feels like you are doing everything right, but the results are not showing it. Here is the truth you need to know. Hard work creates income, but wealth comes from ownership. Let me explain. When you work for someone, you are paid for your time. But when you own something like investment, businesses, digital products, stock, real estate that produce money, income can continue even when you are not working, which creates leverage, and leverage allows your money or efforts to multiply. Without leverage, you remain tied to the number of hours you can physically work. Another reason people work long hours and still stay broke is something very subtle. Small daily spending. These purchases seem harmless, right? But over time, they become a silent financial leak. For examples, spending 1,000 naira a day casually equals 30,000 naira monthly, and many people hardly notice this is happening to them. Money doesn't disappear overnight, it leaks slowly. Those little money you are keeping is what is leaking your money. There's another trap that keeps people working harder without becoming wealthy: lifestyle inflation.
Lifestyle inflation is a trap. You earn more but spend more, so you never get wealthier. Harder just to maintain the same lifestyle.
This happens when income increases, but expenses increase just as fast as your income. Someone gets a pay rise and then upgrades his or her phone, You move to a more expensive apartment, you buy a newer car, those things you belong in. But suddenly, the higher income that you have received will disappear, and you will still feel financially pressured. So when you respond by working even more hours, the cycle still continues. Let me tell you the financial awareness gap that you need to know.
The financial awareness gap is a barrier. On one side, low awareness. On the other, high awareness. This gap hinders progress.
Most people are never taught how money actually works. So many adults are navigating money blindly. Okay. So working harder feels like the only solution, but the real solution is financial education. When you start understanding money, your strategy changes. When you begin to think differently about money, several things happen. That is when you stop relying only on your job and start building multiple income sources. You become intentional with your spending. You start investing regularly. Even small investments can grow over time and gradually. Now, the pressure of working endless hour begins to reduce because income is no longer coming from only one place. You don't need to become rich overnight, but small financial habits can slowly transform your financial future.
Small changes that change everything. A walk instead of a drive, a healthy meal over fast food, time to read.
For example, saving a portion of income consistently, investing small amounts regularly, and avoiding unnecessary debt. Also, learning valuable skills that increases your income, building a side hustle or digital income stream. These steps may feel small, yes. When you start, it might look as if it's not growing, but over time, they create momentum, and momentum changes your financial destiny. Let me tell you the real goal of all this. The real goal is not to work endlessly, but is to create a life where money works with you, not against you. A life where your effort builds something lasting, where your income is not limited only to the hours in a day, where your future becomes more secure years after years. Hard work is important, but smart financial decisions are what turn hard work into wealth. So if you feel like you're working extremely hard but not seeing financial progress, you are not alone. Many people are stuck in the same cycle. But once you understand how money really works, you can start making small changes that lead to a very different future. Because the truth is simple. Working 10 hours a day is not the problem, but working 10 hours a day without a financial strategy is. Thanks for watching.
Hey family, you are on to Chioma. The only Chanel that uncovers financial freedom, personal finance, and self-development.